Hey, welcome everyone to another consumer tech advice video. Although this one's not really about consuming tech and purchasing it, it's more about being aware of technology still. So this is not a video to, put a conspiracy hat on. It's not to be all doom and gloom and it's the end of the world for the job market. It's to bring awareness. In fact, this video was actually inspired by Anthropic, which is one of the most popular and leading AI companies in the entire world, and the CEO of that company making comments about AI services in general. And it's very interesting because the interview he had was with CNN, and he said AI is starting to get better than humans at almost all intellectual tasks, and we're going to collectively, as a society, grapple with it. AI is going to do a better job of what everyone does, including what I do, including what other CEOs do. This is crazy because, again, they're one of the most largest AI companies in the world, and for the CEO to say that is not... it's unheard of, actually. And then he had another interview with Axios, and then he basically explained that it could eliminate AI in general, could eliminate half of entry-level white-collar jobs, as much as 20% in the next 5 years. We have to take this wording with a grain of salt. He's predicting it here. It's not guaranteed to happen. And within the next 5 years, it's like, which geographies is he talking about? Is he talking about just America, Canada? Is he talking about Asia, Europe? So it's the fact that he said that is very interesting because other CEOs of other AI companies don't really talk about that threat openly. I had a direct experience with this because my LinkedIn resume was up on whatever, and someone reached out to me saying, hey, are you interested in a job? We saw your resume, looks pretty good. I was like, okay, I'll go through a pre-screening interview. Why not? Sure, whatever. The interesting thing is that it was a recruiting firm that reached out to me, except I was not being pre-screened by a human being. I was being pre-screened by AI over a voice call. It wasn't like one of those robotic voices where it's like, press 1 for English, press 2 for... It was like an almost very fluid conversation, like I was talking to another human being, except the pitching of the voice was a bit up and down. Sometimes the words would get stuttered. Like you could tell it was not a human being. But the way it was able to keep conversation with me I was like, this is amazing. I won't deny it. It was incredible. But at the same time, I was like, this is really scary and super ironic that a recruiting firm is using robots or machine learning to recruit people. They're not using humans to recruit humans. But it's not perfect because on the flip side, there was another job where I actually applied to it. I was just like, let's a shot in the dark. I'll just give it a try. And they reached out to me saying, hey, you're qualified for pre-screening. You're going to talk to our AI service. So it's a different recruiting firm using an AI service of a different kind. Except the problem with this one is that the AI service couldn't hear me and I couldn't hear it. I could see the text it had on the screen, but we couldn't hear each other. I tried this pre-screening on multiple computers, multiple operating systems, multiple browsers on each operating system, multiple microphones, on my cell phone with multiple microphones attached to it, and headsets. It just could not work. The worst part is there's no button to say the service isn't working or submit feedback. I couldn't even talk to the person who reached out to me and say, hey, it didn't work. Can I go through the pre-screening through a human being? They're like, no, just rely on AI, even though it was a bunch of slop that didn't work. But other very influential people, not just CEOs, are weighing in on this issue, including Bill Gates. He had very similar sentiments as the Anthropic CEO, saying that AI will replace humans for most things in 20 years, including blue and white collar jobs. He didn't say entry level, he's just being very vague. But he's saying, yeah, most of these type of jobs will be wiped out by AI. But he says something very interesting and kind of ironic here, because he basically said that only 3 professions would survive AI revolution: biologists, energy experts, and coders. I don't agree with him at all, especially on the coders front. Coders are absolutely replaceable by AI services. I'm not saying if you're a programmer or developer, you're out of luck. No, I'm not saying that. Don't panic. But I'm just saying that you're not safe either. This is especially ironic because of what the current Microsoft CEO, Satya, has done recently. And bear in mind, this CEO is 2 successors after Bill Gates as the Microsoft CEO, and he laid off 6,000 employees. And in an interview, he finally opened up and said why. It's basically because, well, it's nothing to do with the performance of the staff. They were decent workers. It's just AI was able to do their job. So at one point, you have the founder of Microsoft saying, yeah, you got 20 years until then. But on the same time, you have the current CEO who just laid off 6,000 employees. That is a crazy amount. Now, we don't know how many of those were developers and coders, but we know it's a fair amount. And why would I say that? Why would I come to that conclusion? Because in a separate incident with Satya, he basically had a discussion with Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta, Facebook, whatever you want to call it. And he basically claiming that 30%, roughly 20 to 30% of their code repository is made by AI. So we can assume that basically if he admitted here that, these people are being replaced due to AI initiatives, it could be people in marketing, administrative assistants, we don't know that. But we can probably deduce that a lot of them are replaced developers replaced by AI because he's talking about how much code repositories built by AI. And speaking of Mark Zuckerberg, he's no exception to this case. He's basically saying our bet is sort of that in the next year, probably, maybe half of the development is going to be done by AI as opposed to people. And it'll just kind of increase from there. So Mark Zuckerberg is openly saying, so a company that is primarily a software development company is basically saying, yeah, half the people won't be needed because AI will automate everything. Now, some people might be wondering, why would Mark Zuckerberg and Satya, two mega CEOs, be so tone deaf and say these things openly? Like, it doesn't sound good to the public because they're trying to use this as ways to market how good their technology is. Use Copilot services, use Meta AI services. Your company can automate as much as our company has, save all this money. And as we go longer throughout this video, the stories from some of these CEOs get worse and worse regarding AI and become more tone deaf. It makes you wonder, are they even human beings themselves? Or are they not AI robots? It's kind of crazy to me. And I want to be very clear about something, that I do use AI. I do think it's amazing. I think it can be great for advancement in science and medicine. I think that's very important. But in my personal example, I have to research my YouTube videos, write the script, film, edit, write the website version of everything, which, the written versions of this video will be on my website. But when I use the transcribe feature to transcribe the audio of my video, it's usually a lot of mistakes are there. It's wrong. I throw it into Copilot. I'm like, hey, fix the wording and reduce it. I proofread everything and I have to fix it because it does make mistakes. But what used to take me manually 3 hours, now it takes me about an hour. That's a lot of time saving. So I don't deny I use AI. I love it. I'm a one-man show, literally, for the entire thing. And AI is a game changer for me for my website. But the concern I have is that I do this as a hobby. It's not a full-time job. And I do believe in automation. We absolutely do need automation. It's how we're going to have more time to work on more important tasks that are respective job, whatever it is. But when we're replacing people at an astonishing rate, it's scary. And it's like, why are humans not supporting humans stay employed? It's just crazy to me, especially with these CEOs that are multimillionaires and multi-billionaires. How much more money could they need? I guess it's never enough, right? Then there's other companies like Google that take in a very bizarre fashion and it just doesn't make any sense, but they try to downplay it. So the CEO of Google has said that 25% of the code is automated as of today, and they've been going through a round of mass layoffs there as well. Google's no exception to this case. Then in an interview with the CEO of Google's DeepMind, he basically said that I think new jobs will appear and very valuable jobs, adding that AI over the next 5 to 10 years will supercharge the sort of technical savvy people at the forefront of using these technologies. Today's children will grow up with AI native in the way previous generations did with the internet. However, when it comes to choosing what to study, he said they should focus on something like STEM. So science, technology, math, and all that good stuff. I think he's right. There will be a boom of people trying to study AI in college, university. However, all those people studying AI will create more AI, which will automate more jobs, which will lead to more higher unemployment. But he doesn't mention one important thing. So you could have hundreds of thousands or maybe a few million in just the United States alone in the next several years being replaced by AI. Like those recruiters I mentioned, people in accounting, paralegals, administrative assistants. He doesn't discuss the millions of people that might lose jobs here. For those of you unaware, Duolingo, the CEO, was like, he hit a swarm of backlash because recently he said, hey, we're going to replace all our contractors with AI. We don't need contractors anymore. Why hire temporary workers? It hit a massive swath of backlash. And then he's like, yeah, I don't see AI replacing what our employees do. We're just using it as a tool to benefit those contractors and stuff. Like, there's a complete 180 shift in what he said, realizing like, oh, people don't like me. They might not buy my service. And there's other CEOs just as bad. The CEO of Shopify basically said that, look, if you're going to try to hire a new headcount, you need to justify why that job cannot be done by AI instead. Like these CEOs with their millions of billions of dollars, it's just baffling to me that the money's not enough and they just want to keep just raking in more money by not hiring people, reduce the salary cost. And this is usually most evident, with publicly traded companies. And I'm not saying all publicly traded companies, CEOs, and executive team are bad, but you usually notice that trend because they have to answer to their investors. But ironically, by answering to their investors, they don't voluntarily say, hey, I'll take less shares as a CEO. No, I want more shares, more money. It's just baffling to me. But it gets even worse than that. The CEO of Zoom recently had an earnings call in which he wasn't even there. It was his AI avatar presenting everything. Yeah. And he's not the only person to do that. The CEO of Klarna did the exact same thing where he basically, in the video, which looked amazingly real, by the way, I do have to admit that much, he openly said, this is my AI avatar. I'm not actually presenting this earnings call. Now, the backlash online has been pretty bad, especially against the Klarna CEO, because his video's on YouTube. And if you look at the comments, a bunch of them are saying, fire the CEO. Why do we need them if they're not even attending their own earnings or town hall calls, whatever it is? You have to understand, this is a very strategic ploy. They don't care what people say in the comment section. They don't care about the regular consumer. They just simply do not. This is an excellent way for them to market their platforms and AI services to other CEOs, general managers, presidents, directors of other companies. Think about it. If the CEO of a randomly made up $100 million company is like, hey, we need to get a new meeting platform, and to see the CEO of Zoom attending their own earnings call with an AI avatar, that CEO might be like, hey, let's adopt Zoom and I can do the same thing. I'll be able to do less of my work, automate more of it. I get to chill more. Oh, by the way, they have all these other AI features and reducing their staff and cost. Sign me up. This is perfect. This is exactly what our company needs. Let's automate everything, but my salary will stay the same, if not increase. So will the government help? This is a big question, because it really does come down to the government. No one else is going to do anything about it. I don't know. I would assume that the European Union will be one of the first ones to step in and start, trying to regulate this. Canada, we're very strict with our economy. We're one of the wealthiest countries in the world. We do very well financially for the most part, although our unemployment rate is just dramatically increasing because we have a population crisis that ironically are saying governments don't seem to address. It's leading to a housing crisis, unemployment crisis, forget AI. This has just been a problem in general. But at the same time, the question is, how do you regulate this? Doesn't matter which country. How do you regulate, okay, your company's revenue is this much, you have to have this many employees versus AI. How do you counter that? It's not that easy. And I have to admit, like, I wouldn't blame governments for struggling with this. So what do you do? This video's been all doom and gloom thus far, but it doesn't have to be. I think there's an opportunity here for people to be smart about it and try to get around this issue before it hits you potentially. I know one person who, his wife works in graphic effects in a video game industry, and she saw a whole bunch of people getting laid off because of AI automation. She's now studying and trying to get around this issue. And I think this is the best course of action anyone else could take. AI is not perfect. It's not going to replace a whole bunch of jobs just yet. I also mentioned that recruiting issue one. But for those who are scared, well, what do I do now? If you're working in industries like paralegal, recruiters, for example, and all that good stuff, try to become a specialist in your industry. So for example, if you're a recruiter and you're afraid of getting replaced by AI pre-screening tool, maybe specialize in a niche, so IT. So maybe you want to be an IT recruiter, because there are firms that do that, just specifically do IT recruitment. Maybe get some IT certifications like ITIL Foundation, something very basic. So you're very niche and specialized in that. So it's hard to be replaced by AI. I know a ton of people that work in accounting, and in their industry, they're constantly trying to get certifications because it's just competitive in general. They have to. This is before AI. Some industries I think are just it's going to be a catastrophe. Actors, models. Think about it. If you can do AI image generation, and it's funny because during the recording of this, just today, Meta announced that, hey, our LLM is going to allow marketers to just make ads through ours. You don't need to hire models, beautiful looking people. You don't have to go in certain locations and rent the space. You don't have to hire photographers. You don't have to hire photo editors. You don't have to hire any of that. Just make ad campaigns through our AI service. So I think some industries like that are super high risk, and I don't know what advice I would give you. Best to talk about it to colleagues in your industry to see what they're doing to get around this. And look, this video is not to cause doom and gloom. That's not what I want. It's to bring awareness. Don't fall behind. If you're in high school or college or university and you're in an industry which is already being taken over by AI, like HR recruiter is a great example, maybe rethink your career. You're still young enough to change. Maybe do something completely different out of that industry that could be wiped off by AI when you're like 40, 50 years old. So 20, 30 years from now, you never know. It could be just off the face of the planet. So I hope you found this video useful and just some food for thought, just trying to bring awareness. Just don't be a statistics where you're caught off guard. Oh, I lost my job. I didn't know it was going to happen. No, you can know it's going to happen. Just be prepared for it, okay? And yeah, I hope you liked it. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe. It literally helps my channel grow. And thanks for watching.